Imagine waking up one morning and hearing that two of the world's most powerful militaries have launched massive strikes on Iran. Fighter jets roaring across the sky, missiles hitting strategic targets, and cyber attacks shutting down entire systems, all within hours. But the real question is, why did this happen? Was it about nuclear weapons? Was it about power in the Middle East? Or was there something much bigger behind it? In this video, we're breaking down the real reasons behind the 2026 US-Israel attack on Iran, and why this conflict could change the world forever. To understand this, we need to go back years. For decades, Iran and Israel have been bitter enemies. Israel has long viewed Iran as a serious threat to its existence, while Iran has strongly opposed Israel's role and influence in the Middle East. At the same time, tensions between the United States and Iran have existed for decades, going all the way back to the 1979 Iranian Revolution. Since then, relations have remained hostile, filled with sanctions, threats, and occasional escalations. Over the years, this conflict has revolved around three major issues: Iran's nuclear program, its ballistic missile development, and its support for militant groups across the region. Countries like Israel argue that these programs could directly threaten their national security. By early 2026, tensions had reached a breaking point. Then came the moment that changed everything. On February 28, 2026, Israel reportedly launched a massive military operation against Iran, known as Operation Lion's Roar. Hundreds of fighter jets carried out coordinated strikes on key locations, including military bases, missile launchers, and command centers. Soon after, the United States joined the operation with its own airstrikes and advanced cyber warfare. According to U.S. officials, the mission had clear objectives: stop Iran from developing nuclear weapons, destroy its missile capabilities, and reduce its influence in the Middle East. But not everyone agrees with that explanation. Some analysts believe this was a preemptive strike, a move designed to weaken Iran before it could pose a serious threat to Israel or U.S. forces in the region. And the scale of the attack was massive. Reports suggest that around 200 Israeli fighter jets targeted hundreds of locations across Iran. These included missile facilities, military command centers, air defense systems, and nuclear-related infrastructure. At the same time, cyber attacks disrupted Iran's communication systems and military networks, creating confusion even before the first bombs hit. This wasn't just an attack, it was a carefully coordinated strategy designed to paralyze Iran's response in the opening hours. But this conflict isn't just about Iran, Israel, or the United States. It has global consequences. Iran sits near the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important oil routes in the world. Nearly 20% of global oil supply passes through this narrow channel. If this route is disrupted, oil prices could skyrocket. Global trade could suffer. And many countries could face serious fuel shortages. There's also a growing fear that this war could spread. Iran has strong allies and proxy groups across the region, including forces in Lebanon, Iraq, and Yemen. If they become involved, this could quickly escalate into a much larger Middle East conflict. And then comes the global debate. Some experts argue that these strikes were necessary to prevent Iran from becoming a nuclear power. But others strongly disagree. Critics say the attack may violate international law, since it was carried out without approval from the United Nations. They also warn that military pressure could have the opposite effect, pushing Iran to accelerate its nuclear program instead of stopping it. And if the situation continues to escalate, the world could be facing one of the biggest geopolitical crises of this decade. So now the question is: was this attack meant to prevent a future war? Or did it just start a much bigger one? One thing is certain: the 2026 US-Israel strike on Iran has already changed global politics, energy markets, and security across the Middle East. And now, the entire world is watching closely to see what happens next. Because this conflict might shape the future of global power.